Antrim County is a passionate community filled with over 2,000 veterans. Antrim County Veterans Affairs promises to keep the military tradition of caring for our brothers and sisters alive. We at ACVA thank you for your service and are proud for the opportunity to serve our county's veterans. And now for our featured presentation.
Hi again, this is Brandon Corbin from Antrim County Veteran Affairs. I'm here today with Kristen. She's going to talk about her program within the VA home loans and the benefits therein. Kristen?
Hi Brandon, thank you for having me today. My name is Kristen Frazier. I'm with Homestar Financial Corporation, and we offer a huge variety of loan programs for veterans. We start out with first-time home buyers. We go down to 580 credit scores. We pull certificate of eligibility, so you don't have to worry about that. We can see what entitlement is there. We have refinance. You can do cash out so that you can work on your home. We go up to 100% loan to value, just as your debt to income has to support. We do streamline IRRRLs, which is if rates are better, which at this time they're not. We can get you into a lower interest rate with little to no fees. If you're an active member, a surviving spouse, it's a 2.1% fee to use that program, but it's still less than if you were to go into a conventional mortgage or FHA.
You know, that's pretty interesting. You hit on a couple different topics, and one of them I definitely want to expound on is so a widow of a veteran can apply for the VA home loan?
Yes, they are entitled to that. They just have to have documentation stating what their eligibility is and where their deceased spouse is, where they left in the program, and we can move forward with that.
That's awesome. That's really helpful. It really is. So one of the other things is, and I'm hearing a lot of this coming in, through the county, is the misconception that they have to come to a Veteran Affairs office to pull that COE, which is a certificate of eligibility. That is not correct, right?
Nope. I can pull that for you once we complete an application, and I am available to meet in a public place to do an application together. We can do it over the phone. I can do the whole application for the borrower over the phone, or we could meet here in your office to do the application together and work through, and I'll pull that.
Awesome. And of course, anything the veteran needs or you need to be able to help facilitate, you're more than welcome to be in the office here.
Great.
For sure. So a lot of things about today's market, right?
Yes.
So we were having a conversation before we even started this video here. And one thing that you mentioned was that the amount borrowed raised, or that they can borrow,
yes,
has been raised?
We are at $647,200 as a loan limit. Anything above and beyond, we would have to go into a jumbo non-QM program. But I think in our area, we are pretty safe to say we should be able to find something
within that range.
Yes,
okay.
For sure.
Awesome. So with the VA home loan, what is the biggest benefit that you've been able to see or identify within helping the veterans versus just a common day loan?
Lower down payment amounts. We can sometimes get into the home with zero down payment. The rates are better for veterans. You don't have to pay mortgage insurance. It is really regulated by the government, so there's only so many fees and so many charges that can be tacked on to those closing costs. Yes, the appraisal is a little bit tougher, but it's just to protect our borrowers and our veterans. Remember, where rates are today is not permanent. It's an ebb and flow. Back in the late 80s, we were at 11 to 15%. Right now, we're still, 5 3/4 to 6.5%. So marry the home, date the rate. We can change that rate every 6 months if you choose to, but don't be stuck on that rate. Well, your buying it to make it what you want. We have those loans available. We go down to the 580 credit score, so that gets a lot more people in there and qualified. We all, have had bumps and bruises along the way in our credit. So it's very helpful to be able to be that low and still be able to get into a home.
Now, you may also made mention within that was if there's any renovations needed or anything like that. What if a veteran just wanted to refinance, their home, whether they got something going on in their personal lives or they want, as you said, 6 months later, change their rate or APR on that. Is that something that can be done through the VA?
You can go up to 100% in your loan to value as long as your debt to income can support. If you have that income coming in to support that payment, you can do anything with that money that you choose. You can pay off bills, you can repair, you can go on vacation. I don't think that would be wise, but you can use that money as you see fit. And we just go through the same process almost as the purchase. You're still going to have a appraisal. You're still going to have to go through the little hoops that they need. But if we're just going rate to rate, we're going for a better rate, there's no appraisal. It is a very simple process because it's a VA to a VA and you're good to go. Not recommended right now because rates are not where they were a couple of years ago. But if you're in that higher bracket, 8 to 10%, then let's look, and it's pretty simple. I think all you have to have is an electric bill and support your income, and we just move forward.
Awesome, good deal. So with all that being said, there's a couple things. I've had a couple questions. I'm going to throw you a curveball, and I apologize. Okay, this is something we haven't discussed beforehand, but we've had a couple of veterans that come in that have had their VA home loan. They bought the house, right, and then for whatever situation happened, it got repossessed or foreclosed on.
Okay.
If that debt was paid back to the VA, can they still use their VA home loan moving forward?
They can still use a VA home loan. It has to season for a certain amount of time, and then we would be able to re-up and go forward with that. But as long as everything was settled, in a Chapter 7, Chapter 13, or the foreclosure, it's just that amount of time that has to settle.
Okay, awesome. And they'd be able to go through you to see if they were eligible or not.
Correct.
With that, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. I can't thank you enough for coming in and talking about the VA home loan. It's definitely going to help out our Antrim County veterans, any other veterans that happen to see our channels as well. So,
Perfect.
thank you.
Well, thank you for having me, and I look forward to working with everybody.